Dr. Bob alongside Josh Karadima, 2013 Katie Caples Invitational on the campus of Bishop Kenny in Jacksonville. Josh, 53 teams, over 2,000 athletes, the biggest Katie Caples ever.
Exactly. A lot of good racing happening. There's going to be 6 total races. You got a girls and guys JV, a girls and guys varsity, and then a girls and guys elite. And the elite races taking place at night, sun's down. Hopefully the wind will die down a little bit. No rain is expected, only about 10% chance, which in Florida means no rain basically. So it should be a great day of racing.
Let's talk about the girls elite race. First off, a lot of state champions in this race, a lot of great teams from around the state. How do you see it playing out? What are some of the top teams to look for?
Some of the top teams to look for, you got Nice, led by Karen Zhang. She came on really well during track season, and she put in a good performance at Ridgely last week, so that was a good start for her. You got Oak Hall with Brittany Olinger on their team, anchoring their team. They won states last year. Julie Wohlrath from Holy Trinity, she won this race last year, and her team, they got second place at state, so always a contender. Julia Montgomery from Pinecrest won the 2A state meet. A bit of a surprise to some people, but definitely deserved it. She ran a great race. Creekside from St. Johns County, team always to look out for. And then Providence from Jacksonville, they won the state meet for the girls in 1A 2 years ago. And then Mackenzie Wilson leading her bowls team. Fantastic. 7 teams could potentially win this team title here at the Katie Caples Invitational.
Probably the favorites going in. I think a lot of people would probably say Bowls. They don't have to travel. They're able to sleep in their own beds last night. That may be a little bit of a good advantage to have.
I would say so.
Holy Trinity traveling up. Good showing last week down at the Wickham Park Jamboree, and now we get a chance to see some of the top teams in 1A. Oak Hall versus Holy Trinity today, and Providence, and some other teams really going head-to-head. How do you like the individual battle? How do you see that shaping up?
I think I see Julie Wohlrath defending her title a little bit. I think her and Montgomery will be close together for a while. Mackenzie Wilson rounding out that top 3. But I think Wohlrath that last mile will just sort of take away a little bit. She had a good summer of training, so I would say Wohlrath. She has the experience of racing here. She's already knows how this course is. She's won this race before. To my knowledge, Montgomery has not been here, so I think Wohlrath takes the experience toll a little bit and takes this race for the girls.
Karen Zhang, a great race last week.
Yeah,
both her and Julie, you know, right around the same times, and both of them kind of told to lay off a little bit at the beginning of the race, start off slow. Do you see it going out slow, or is it somebody going to take the lead and try and push the pace right off the bat?
It's Katie Caples, the first huge meet of the season for a lot of these teams. Remember when I was racing, we would run an 800-meter time trial, and then we would start our race pretty much. So I think you see somebody, maybe not a potential top 5 contender, but somebody's going to take this out quick and get those leaders moving early.
Girls elite race will play out here in just a little bit. Best of luck to all the teams and the competitors. Looks like we're really fortunate to have some good weather. Really looking forward to the 2013 Katie Caples Invitational Girls Elite.
Just about underway here, the girls elite race here at the Katie Caples Invitational. They'll get runners to your mark and then the gun. Moments away from the start of this race. This should be a fantastic race. You got Julie Wohlrath, Brittany Olinger, Julia Montgomery in this race. Probably your top 3 favorites. Mackenzie Wilson and Karen Zhang from Nice, probably also in that top 5. It should be a good one. Here we go. And they're underway. This is definitely elite field. They've shortened the field a little bit. They're starting off fast. Runners are bottlenecking. And here we go. Oh, just under a minute here. Waiting for the girls to arrive. And here they come. 1 minute right now. Julia Montgomery and Julie Wohlrath, those top 2 runners. Those like Eden Meyer from Providence in 3rd, Mackenzie Wilson in 4th, and Karen Zhang in 5th. Brittany Olinger in there in 6th. So the top girls we expected are in the front very early. Wohlrath and Montgomery trying to distance up just a little bit. Team title up for grabs. Oak Hall looks up there pretty good. They may be the favorites right now as it stands. We're only about 400 meters in. We'll have to see what happens. Julie Wohlrath and Julia Montgomery, the top 2 runners still. Eden Meyer from Providence. Daniel Van Leer from Fletcher. Karen Zhang, Mackenzie Wilson, Brittany Olinger, Emily Stalling. All elite runners in their respective classes in that top 7. 2:55 right now in the running time. Team title definitely up for grabs here. It has spaced out a little bit. Bowles is making a run at it. Oak Hall Providence trying to make a run as well. Holy Trinity as well. My goodness. This team title could go down the wire, and who can push it that last third mile? Woolrath gave herself a little bit of the lead. She's going to come through the mile right at 5:45, followed by Karen Zhang from Nice, Julia Montgomery from Pinecrest, Brittany Olinger, Mackenzie Wilson, Danielle Van Leer, Eden Meyer, all at 5:55. And Emily Stallings, another run for Bowles, is going to run it right at 6 minutes. A fairly good pace, right around 18 minutes flat Woolrath pace. We'll have to see where this one ends up. The team battle looks like it could be O-Calls right now, but this is really where the tactics start to happen. Karen Zhang last week started off slow, but made her way up, and she won at Bob Hans last week. Tactics are huge this second mile, and the third mile is all guts. We'll have to see how that ends up. Julie Woolrath from Holy Trinity coming up. She's at 7:30 right now. Probably about a 20-meter lead over Karen Zhang from Nice. Woolrath looks comfortable, but so does Zhang. We'll have to see if she can close the gap a little bit when we get him just past the 2 mile. Julia Montgomery in third at 7:50. Then it's Olinger and Wilson, your top 5. Van Leer and Eden Meyer in 6th and 7th. Looks like Meyer starting to fall back a little bit for Providence. That's 2 Bowles runners, 2 Providence runners, 3 Holy Trinity runners, 3 Oak Hall runners. Pinecrest has some runners up there as well. I think that's 3 for them. This team battle's a lot more wide open than we originally said, but I think Oak Hall has their 4-5 right there. So they look like they're the leaders right now, but it's anyone's game. Bowles are up there. There's 2 more from Providence. Holy Trinity's there again. There's 5 from Bowles. 5 from Providence.
Move up, Sarah.
Pinecrest has 5. Oak Hall has 5 through. This team race is still very close and can be won in this last half of the race. Julie Woolrath still in first place, but Karen Zhang from Nice is right on her heels pretty much. She's closed that gap. Can Woolrath defend her title? She's got probably a little under a mile and a quarter to go in this race. Probably a good 50 to 75 meters behind is Montgomery, Olinger, and Wilson, all at 11:15 right now. Top 5 as we predicted in our preview show. Danielle Van Leer all by herself in no man's land in 6th. With Eden Meyer in 7th and Bowles in 8th. And rounding your top 10 is 2 girls from Holy Trinity. There's Daria Evans, our frosh of the week last week for Oak Hall. We're at 2nd for them. Pinecrest has 3. Holy Trinity has 3. Providence with 2 now. Oak Hall with 2. 11:45 on the race time right now. Team battle still wide open. Bowles, that's their 4th, I believe. So Bowles may be taking over this team title a little bit. Still over a mile to go. There's the last 2 Oak Hall girls. That's 5 for them. Woolrath and Zhang neck and neck. 12:55. They are past the 2 mile mark. So probably 6 minutes left until they finish. Zhang closed the gap that 2nd mile, but I think Woolrath's going to do anything she can to hold on. Julia Montgomery from Pinecrest giving herself about 5 meter distance from Olinger, from Oak Hall, and Wilson from Bowles. Danielle Van Leer back there in 6th, still stuck in no man's land, but she's still running a great race. She's at 13:25 right now. There's a 2nd runner from Bowles. There's 2 from Pinecrest right there, so that's 3 for Pinecrest, 2 for Bowles. 3 from Holy Trinity now. There's a 2nd from Oak Hall. $13:50 running time. Another from Bowles. There's a 2nd from Providence. There's a 4th from Oak Hall, or 3rd, excuse me, from Oak Hall. There's a 3rd from Providence. Four, 5 from Oak Hall, 4 from Holy Trinity. There's a 5th from Bowles. This team title wide open. It could come down to who can run the last 200 meters the strongest. There she is. You ready?
got about 3 seconds.
Zhang is up by 3 seconds over Walrath. She's got about a 5-meter lead. Can Walrath close the gap? Zhang looks really good though. We'll see if she can hold on. Zhang put a little speed burst on. She's up to 10 meters over now over Walrath. There's that group of 3, 4, 5 of Ollinger, Wilson, and Montgomery.
Let's go, Brett!
They're at 16:45 right now in the running time. Those places between Pinecrest, Bowles, and Oak Hall could mean the difference in a team title and no team title here at Katie Cables for the girls' elite race. They're done. There's a second from Bowles. Dania Van Leer back to 7th for Fletcher. But she's followed by her teammate. There's a Pinecrest, a Holy Trinity runner. Another Holy Trinity. Another from Pinecrest. A third from Oak Hall. This team ready. Karen Zhang from Nice at 18:22 on the running time right now. Took over the lead in a 2.5-mile mark over Julie Walrath. She's opened up about a 70-meter lead over Walrath. She's definitely going for that under 19. I think she's going to be able to do it. Putting a good last 200 meters in. She hit the track and took off. Walrath all by herself in second.
Her time today is going to be a little off of that.
Karen Zhang. Well run race for Zhang. 18:51 for the Nice standout. Here comes Julie Walrath in second. She's not going to break 19, but still going to be a great race for her. 19:04 for Walrath. Mackenzie Wilson is in third. Looks like Montgomery's going to be in fourth. And Brittany Ollinger from Oak Hall going to run in the top 5. Those 2 spots for Wilson could mean a team title. Wilson, 19:19. Julia Montgomery, 19:23. And Brittany Ollinger rounds out the top 5, 19:26. There's a second runner from Bowles. So that's 2 in for Bowles. We're going to try to keep track of this team title race.
I think that's Danielle Van Leer from Fletcher.
First girl from Fletcher. That's not Van Leer. 2 runners from Holy Trinity. So that's 3 for them. A second for Pinecrest. Evans from Oak Hall. That's 2 for them. There comes a second for Fletcher. Here comes a third for Pinecrest. Bowles is number 3. Right now it's Pinecrest and Bowles who have 3 runners across, along with Holy Trinity. It could all depend on those 4th and 5th runners. Who can they pass those last 400 meters of the race? Oak Hall, here's their number 4.
Oak Hall has number 4 coming. Oak Hall is the first team to have 4 across the line.
There's 4. There's a 4th for Holy Trinity. Here comes a 5th for Oak Hall. Here's the 4th from Bowles.
I might have missed the Holy Trinity runner, but I know Oak Hall now has 5 across the line.
That's 5 across the line for Oak Hall, 5 for Bowles, or excuse me, 5 for Holy Trinity and 4 for Bowles. It looks like it could come down between Holy Trinity and Oak Hall for that team title.
And again, all of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th runners for the school, but it was a big difference in the overall team standing. Just 2 runners for community.
Some good finishes from these girls. They're at 21:12 right now in the running time. 21:17. There's the number 5 from Bowles. We'll have to see if that makes a difference in oh, that last spot could be huge. Depending on how well her front runners did. Six from Oak Hall. 6 from Holy Trinity. 6 and 7 from Bowles.